Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Welcome back to working on the Ford Mustang Cobra. Today, we're gonna do the brakes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flush the brakes because, you know, brake fluid's not supposed to be black. It's supposed to be clear. Check it out. So, coming over to my master cylinder over here, let me show you. My brake fluid, as you can see, it's quite dark. And actually, to be frank, it needs to be filled. So that's why we're doing it. I probably got air in the system, probably because I just have no brake fluid. So let's go ahead and take the wheels off and get started. I've also wanted to check a couple of things while I'm here, because I was thinking about changing my brake line here into a braided and stainless steel one, but you know, it looks like it's in pretty good shape, to be honest. Then I also wanted to check a couple of bushings while I was here, and you can also do this too. It's also a really good idea to check that kind of stuff, especially your ball joint, which you can see that. Mine, as you can see, is quite destroyed. And I think it's that problem on both sides. So that's probably something I'm gonna have to fix fairly soon. But for now, let's just go ahead and do the brakes because that's absolutely needed. Let's take off the rest of the wheels. Now that we've got all four wheels off, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're going to need for today. Let's say with standard Cobra calipers, at least stock, you're going to need two different sets of wrenches. My rears are 11 millimeter and my fronts are a 10 millimeter for the nipple to go ahead and bleed the brakes. So fronts are 10, rears are an 11. You're going to need a funnel, a turkey baster, and then also, of course, brake fluid. So first thing that you want to make sure is make sure you be really careful with brake fluid and don't want it falling over. And second of all, is you're going to take as much old brake fluid out of the master cylinder as you can without absolutely draining it, because you're going to want some fluid in there still, so you don't end up having air go through your system, because that's a big old no-no. You're going to take as much bad fluid out, and you're going to want to fill it to the max, if you can see that. Maybe it says max on here. It'll say that on a brake or master cylinder. You're going to fill that to max, maybe a little bit over, and then we're going to start breathing the brakes. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, we're going to take this old fluid out. You got to push your turkey baster past the float, which actually probably do like that. And that is blacker than black. You don't want that. See, what happens is you get water into the system because brake fluid's really hydrophobic, and it takes a lot of water, because when it rains or anything that way, it'll get caught in the brakes, into your brakes, to your whatever you call it, to your master cylinder. So you don't want to take all the brake fluid out, the old brake fluid, because you gotta have some stuff in there so you don't get air into your system. That would be bad. You don't want air in your system. Air is not very good. I mean, it's good for engine, but not for brake. So now that we have enough out, which, look at that, it's not very healthy. Now that we have a lot of that out of it, which there wasn't a lot to begin with, which is concerning, but it's never been, I guarantee it's never been changed since 97, so it's ancient. But anyways, let's go ahead and fill it with some new stuff. We got our funnel and our new brake fluid. We're gonna go ahead and put our funnel in there and then fill it with brake fluid. So, like I was saying, there's a max and a line to the max that you want to fill this. I'm gonna fill it a little bit over max, just because we're gonna be draining a whole lot of brake fluid out of this to bleed the brakes, and you just want to make sure it never goes, you want to make sure that you never run out of brake fluid. So let's go ahead and fill it. Make sure you don't get brake fluid on anything either, because it's very acidic and it will eat away your paint. So make sure you just don't do that. That would be bad. Paint's expensive. You don't want to paint your whole car. Unless you do. I don't. So now that we have brake fluid into our master cylinder, which I'm going to have to take a little bit out. However, we're going to start bleeding the brakes now. We're going to start from the farthest from the master cylinder, which is going to be the passenger rear. And then after we get done bleeding that one, we're going to go ahead and move to the driver rear. And then after that, passenger front. And then last, the closest to the master cylinder, which is the driver front. So I'm going to take a little bit of this out, and let's move on over to the passenger rear. Meet you there. I forgot to add, when you're doing this, make sure you have the cap tight on the master cylinder so you do not get air into your system. It's a really big thing, and just make sure you do that. But now let's go over there. Okay, so now that we're at the passenger rear, we're going to go ahead and locate our bleeder, which is just right here. A little dust cap. All you got to do is pop that bad boy right off, set to the side, and we're going to go ahead and attach this ancient thing, which I found in the garage that's never been used. Go figure. And so it's just a bleeder. So instead of using the brake, I'm actually going to use this thing right here, which is just for suction, which makes it really, really easy if you're lonely like I am. I have no friends. So let's go ahead and get this attached. All you do is grab the end of it, put it on the bleeder, then go ahead and grab your 11 millimeter, attach it to that, and ruin your camera angle. And then you're gonna go ahead and open it. Be really careful though, because you don't want to go ahead and you don't want to snap those off. So open it, sit down, grab your bleeder, or if you don't have one of these, grab all you got to do is open it, go to your brake, and then just go ahead and push it down, pull it out, push it down, do it a couple times. Make sure you check your brake fluid level on your master cylinder, because you don't want that going down all the way and put air into your system, because that would suck. It takes longer. So just be really careful, and let's go ahead and see what this brake fluid looks like in these lines. Oop. Look at all that air. No wonder my brake felt like nastiness. Go figure. Could have actually probably opened this up a little bit more, but I didn't for some reason. Yeah, that's a lot of air. I don't like that at all. You don't want air in your brake system. That's not good and or cool, because if you have air in your brakes don't work properly. You want your brakes to work properly. It's a really good idea to have them work properly. Oh, great. I ruined my thing. Bummer. Okay, hold on. Now that it's all pumped up, you're going to take your 11 millimeter and let go, or loosen it just a hair. And then we're going to go ahead and tighten it back up. Bunch of nasty fluid there. And then we're going to do it again. Perfect. And then loosen it. Yep. Okay. Tighten it back up. We're going to go ahead and rinse and repeat until this is no longer dirty and it's clear all throughout. Okay, now we're going to do the driver rear, the second one. We're going to have to make a couple of passes just so we make sure we get all the air out of the system and make sure all the lines have fresh, new stuff in it. But we're going to go ahead and put our pipe on there. And then you just want to crack it. You don't want to open it super full or all the way. Okay, it's cracked. Go ahead and start the sucking. Okay. Perfect. Tight. 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 Okay, well, I didn't film it, but I did do my last one closest to the master cylinder. So we're all good to go. Just got to put wheels back on and make it level, and then check the master cylinder one more time. Make sure that I'm topped off with fluid, and then get her back on the road and driving around. Let's do that. Don't worry, I did torque the wheels. Not in the air, of course. You set them down halfway, and then you torque all of them in a star and then a circle, and that's it. But, alrighty, we're going to go ahead and check this out. See if we've got enough brake juice. Let's see. Probably add a little bit more. Actually, no, we're good to go. Perfect. Well, alrighty. Well, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and drive this and see how it goes, and hopefully it feels better. I guarantee it will, but until next time, thank you.